just want to put in the side note, I am using the most up-to-date version of HyperEdit. At least as far as I can tell, I went to www.Kerbak with a K instead of a CK.com/HyperEdit and download the latest version. So as far as I know, I have the latest version of HyperEdit. Oh gosh, finally!
Crap.
I'm shifting towards one of your, ships very quickly.
I'm...
Why HyperEdit? Why? We
I think
just want
it's...
to do these nice and
I
quickly.
think it's
Will we
the
actually have to fly the lathe? Is that the only option? And time to pass by your ship, which I'm going at the same speed as.
This ship doesn't exist.
I suddenly stopped, and now your ships are just going away from me. This is the first time I came across the ship. I'm just putting this narration in because I want to spare you the terrible quality of my old mic. Anyway, enjoy the video. Nope, I'm just gonna show you guys what happens. That. Just kind of figured something out about it. We can try and fix it. But I know at least it's not the rendezvous that's causing it. Rendezvous. Fly. See, look. Oh, wow. They're so far out there, right? They're so far away. Wait, are they shifting on the axis? But we have the same orbit. Literally. I can even show the setup of the other orbits. Hopefully those weren't deleted. Look, the blasting towards me. Stop. And, oh, the other one didn't reach the same thing. That's it stopped. And now we have a giant explosion. Alright, now I'm going to be showing you a clip of my first findings of Pete. Or my first time I came across it. It was very weird, lots of weird glitches. And, I'll talk more about it later in the video. Oh yeah, I also want to point out that this is about when I first discovered that the acceleration is capped out towards Pete, and I don't know why. Just kind of a weird barrier cap that stops me from getting close to it too quickly. Alright, this is my original approach of Pete. Sorry it's so, like, whiplashy, but I'm just narrating over it, and I took so long to approach this that none of you would want to go through all that. So this is Pete. This is what it looks like. It's some sort of weird structural entity. I'll be showing you a couple other properties in it later in this video. Just it was really weird. I'll be honest. It was just really, really weird, this thing. Alright, this is when I was getting a closer look at Pete. Now that I was actually at a reasonable distance. If you pay attention in the video, you'll see that when I bend, like shift which way I'm pointing, you'll see that Pete itself actually shifts as well, in kind of a weird, direct effect way. And, yeah, you should see me firing some of my armaments right about now, and you should see a weird effect where they just kind of bend out of the way. They just kind of shoot off into the distance, not caring to try and hit Pete. It was really weird. I shot a couple shots here just as a proof of concept and to show everything. Yeah, you can see how that's just bending off to the side. Oh my gosh, and it was still taking forever. However, even though I was losing the acceleration I got from those things, I was still catching up on Pete because it seems that there's a acceleration cap. You don't know what else to say. It had a weird force field effect. And you should be able to see later that's invisible. Also, I think which way I point my ship also affects which way those things go. As you can see, when I bent it out, that thing would do a weird loop around. I just want to point out now, and I know for a fact I'll be saying this again later in the video, I don't think this has absolutely anything to do with HyperEdit. I think this is a totally separate glitch that is affected by HyperEdit and maybe made possible by HyperEdit, but it did not originate in HyperEdit. I just wanted to point that out now. I don't think anything can be done to stop this, but it's not really that big a deal.
Paranoia was incorrect. I am still recording. My freaking gosh. So, Kraken, do you wish to show yourself? Because I know for a fact you are here. Gosh, and I'm back, alt tabbed again. I really need to get a hold of the two-screen thing. But this just isn't. This isn't acting normally. Well, if you can tell that, then I don't know what would be normal to you, but this is just not right at all. You couldn't have any more slow motion flying. Oh gosh, what's gonna happen when I touch it? It's like a solid, unmoving object. What the frick? Oh gosh! And then it all just kind of flows away. See, it's accelerating away, but it's going... What? 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 I really hope that was recorded. I just don't even know. I'll be honest, I just don't even know. At least this armor is holding up to its name of being all armor.
I just want to say that this is actually about the time I decided to name this thing Pete, mainly because it's a much better name than impossible object, structural object floating in space that ignores physics. And so on. I could go about describing this a whole lot more, but it's just a weird glitch object, and yeah, I'm just referencing as Pete. If you guys have a better name, just go ahead and tell me. I might just use it instead. But this is all I've come up with. And let's see. Also, I just want to state this now, in case I haven't already. Though I'm pretty sure I state it later in the video. Danny, I challenge you to replicate this and do something ridiculous with it and break Kerbal physics even more. I dare you. Also, I have to say, actually, that I've gained a new respect for what Macy does, how he actually launches his ships. You're insane, but I respect you for it. Also, I just want to say that this is, if you pay attention to the video, you'll see that while I'm accelerating to high altitudes, I'm not actually moving at all. So, as long as you're around Pete, there seems to be some form of space warpingness of physics breaks around you, alright? While I'm at an extremely high altitude, I haven't moved for quite a while, as far as I can tell. I've just been stationary and everything else has truly just been moving around me. So, yeah. Physics and logic just does not stand up to Pete. Pete just wrecks it in the face. So I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. This is Post Me talking. I'm out.
Alright, time for the ultimate test. What happens when you get out? And you don't move. Yeah, you're moving so slowly. Alright. So, physics, everyone. I can think of one test. Whack a Kerbal. Let's see what happens with this. Um. Whack a Kerbal doesn't even work. You failed me, Whack a Kerbal. Alright, I'm back. Huge amount of lag for in Kerbin orbit for some reason. Never understood that. But here's the final test. If everything goes to how I think it will go, there'll be a massive explosion. Not quite. Alright, here we go. Massive explosion time. Because the front one will stop and then the other one will move into the back of it.
Alright, this is the next test. I'm going to be using Rendezvous 1 and then putting it next to other Kerbal X. I should probably name this one. And here, rename Kerbal X1. Apply. Alright, I should be recording. There, that is far away. Alright, now that this is here. I'm sorry, I'm back. I accidentally alt-tabbed. All the ships are very constant, following the same exact orbit without any issues. That is strange. Maybe it's ships with docking ports. I wonder. I'll get back to you with the next test. I'll be testing my fighters. Alright, I'm back for the next test with my fighter. I'll be testing the theory that docking ports causes the bug. I'm sure this will hopefully be extremely helpful to the mod creator so that he can figure out what the issue is. Looks like we again have completely stable orbits. I did test this before. Oh, look, there it is. Look at how those velocities are changing. They're actually rocketing away. And you see that they have the exact same orbit. Is it lathe? Let's see, if I put this at -1. Oh. Well, I'll be. They don't just slide in their orbit in one. They just slide in their orbit in one direction. They don't necessarily go towards the vehicle. Look, it stops at about 199 meters per second is where it ends. And then it still inches slowly but surely closer. Are you guys ready for an explosion? Oh, nope, they just bumped each other. Sorry, no explosion for you. But, I hope that's a very clear representation of the bug. Alright, I'm going to be doing an actual tutorial on, well, not tutorial really, I'm going to be showing what I do and set up that causes this glitch. Around lathe, I've already shown that's happened. I'll put it in either earlier or later clip. I also have a ton of different clips of it happening, so it's really not a big deal. It does happen around lathe. It doesn't happen around Kerbin though, for some reason. These 3 ships, it does happen. So for proof of concept, I'll show you what I do around Kerbin, and then I've already shown lathe, and just know that I did the same thing for lathe, and I'll start trying the other moons, because I think it may be moons that cause it, but that's just a theory. So if I go to the orbit editor, I can go to active vessel, though actually I do not want to do active vessel, I'll choose this one. I will put it in orbit around Kerbin, and I will give him a 10,000 kilometer orbit. So boom, he's gone. So I'm guessing launching a new fighter. Anyway, I can just show you what I do from orbit. Apparently that deleted him for some reason. Alright, whatever, it's no big deal. They can just launch another. It's not like it's that big a deal. Is that the one I launched? No. This is the one I launch. So I just go ahead and launch him. Oh, this one actually has a pilot. Dang. But, all I do is I open up this orbit editor. Oh, it is open up down there. My bad. Active vessel. Kerbin. Oh, I completely teleported him in the atmosphere. I need to do 100. Okay, now I just realized what happened. It took a moment for it to click. But there, he is now here. So now if I do number 1, rendezvous, -1, active vessel, apply, select 2, go. No movement, no change. Alright, that's what should be happening because we're in the same orbit. Now, if I go to simple, I'm sorry about that. Active vessel from around Kerbin, I'll put it around the moon. The moon, I don't know, the moon. Alright, the moon, it's M-U-N, so it's, can't be moon, whatever. You all know what I'm talking about, I hope. Anyway, the point is, let's see, I need to not edit the active vessel, I need to edit this one. Now if I put him right there, he is going away from me clockwise as I thought. So then if I go to fighter 1 and edit fighter 2, put in fighter 1, they'll both be shooting away from me. So yeah, it does seem that around moons they move counterclockwise. That's my theory, that around moons they move counterclockwise. However, it may just be like non-Kerbin planets for all I know. And I still need to check the some regular stock vehicles that I know did not get affected, at least during testing, to see if it's my ships or just ships in general. Honestly, it would make more sense if it's ships in general around moons or ships in general around non-Kerbin planets. That is my current theory. I will just, I could show the recording of it on, but I'll go ahead and record it. But what I'll probably do is edit most of it out and just have the footage in case anyone truly does want it. I'm going to start going on a complete editing spree, so have fun watching. So for right now, how about we do a big planet like Jewel. Active vessel, apply. Oh dang. Oh wait, oh dang. It's moving. It's moving and grooving. Currently editing Fighter 2, Fighter 1, apply. Yeah. Yeah, look, they're both moving away. I think it's actually just all non-Kerbin planets, as in my new theory. All non-Kerbin planets experience this, because I showed in this how they're not affected but in Kerbin, but it's affected at Jool. So, what's another good place to test? If I'm just gonna edit my active vessel, how about Elu? That seems like a good one. Again, is moving away. Select 2, go. Currently editing active vessel. Put it from 1. Apply. Wait 1 second. Did it move away? Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Why are they moving away? But okay, so now they're moving counterclockwise. But they always move clockwise. Oh yeah, and just as additional proof, yeah, they stop at about 199. There's the explosion. Alright. So they moved counterclockwise around Elu. Maybe they moved but around Jool. Let me look at Jool again. But around Elu they're coming toward me. And this is just with 2. This is just with 2 vehicles. So the third one is mainly just for show of explosions, for entertainment, because we all know that we like explosions. That is an undisputable fact. But, yeah, it's moving counterclockwise around Elu. I don't... Does it maybe have to do with the direction the planet's rotating? I don't know the rotation of Elu off the top of my head, but, it might have to do with the planet's rotation. I'm going to Alt-Tab for a moment and stop recording. I'm going to come back with some form of answer. So see you guys in but a moment. Alright, I'm back. So Elu rotates counterclockwise, and that's the direction this moves. So I'm going to go back to Lathe. Yeah, see, it stops about 200 meters. I'm going to go back to Lathe, and if it rotates counterclockwise, then I think I've pinned down... Let's do one final test, mainly for the sake of explosions. Oh, wait, before we go, I have one ship to test. The Gltch. I'll test the Gltch, and then I will do the grand finale explosion for the sake of explosions. Okay, so... Well, there's the definitive answer. The Gltch is affected. Is infected. I'm about to do my final test, which should help determine most everything we could need. Yes, alright. So... it appears that it just requires 2 ships. The 2 ships do not have to be the same. That is what I wanted to test. It doesn't matter what ships they are, it seems any 2 ships in orbit cause this. So, the final synopsis on what is happening. It appears that when using HyperEdit, I'm very sure it has to do with HyperEdit by the fact that Macy Dean is doing videos. That's not something I'm going to dedicate the time to testing. It's just not worth it. But it appears when they're... I wonder actually... Darn it, I just thought of something else to test. I guess I'll test that first. I want to test... So, as from what I have been able to tell, here's how this glitch works. Whenever you use HyperEdit to edit in 2 ships into an orbit around any non-Kerbin planet, I haven't tested the sun, but I'm very sure I won't get different results, but I can test it for the sake, I'll test it off camera for the sake of completion. If anything interesting happens, I'll record it. But if 2 ships are in a non-Kerbin orbit, then what will happen is they will either slip clockwise or counterclockwise depending on the planet that this takes place around. Most planets will probably be clockwise. And yes, you saw that lag there as they were loading in. Most planets will be clockwise, however the occasional one will be counterclockwise. And that's about it. They'll slip one direction, and if they get within 200 meters of an active ship, the slippage stops. They don't have to be on the same orbit or anything. Enjoy the explosion. The screen just shakes. But yeah, enjoy the wreckage. See the parts go flying off into the abyss. I'm very sure that each one of these parts gets affected too. You should see. Yeah, are you seeing it take place? How they just kind of rocket forward, then all of a sudden they stop. If you need any more proof, then honestly, I give up. But yeah, as you can see, it selectively picks which one of these. This is actually pretty important information. It seems to only be able to slip so many of these forward at a time. Like, it has to individually check each part and initiate it. So, I hope you're taking notes. This was, I wish I could have said I planned this, but I completely forgot about doing a mass test like this, but note, this works. I don't think, this is probably the most detail you could get on the bug ever. Throw 2 ginormously large ships together, see what happens, and congratulations, you have your test. Now, if you excuse me, I am going to be accelerating towards that wreckage because we may or may not have another Pete. Wait 1 second. Oh my goodness. Alright. Are you guys ready to see Pete? That's right. We got another. It happened. It seems in the presence of mass debris slowly accelerating off into the distance, doing whatever the heck it feels like and all that, that there's a chance that you'll get what I call Pete. Now, let me just give you a brief explanation. I may have put the... Oh my gosh, it's moving away from me. Is it just slipping, I wonder? Oh, wait, I know what's happening. What was it? Control F4? No. Let me look up the cheat code real quick and then I'll be back and I'll tell you about Pete. Alright, I wasn't gone that long. Alt F12. Infinite fuel, infinite RCS. There we are. Now I should be accelerating on it. Theoretically. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I really do need extra acceleration. all of it in order to really dream of approaching this. Yeah, Pete has a very strong force field. Alright, Pete is a structural entity that is impervious to damage and will actually repel shots. In fact, you're more like, well, I'm pretty sure it is actually indestructible. The only way to get rid of it will be to basically stop its existence. What's up, these flashing? So weird. But yeah, it's an indestructible object. Firing things at it will cause it to just kind of repel off the distance. This has matching quantities. Connections are not needed for things to stay in place. Oh gosh. Please don't hit. Okay, no, skip it. But yeah, welcome to Pete. This is what happens occasionally. This. Oh my goodness, I seriously cannot be accelerating any freaking more. I have no idea what caused this. Both times it's been around lathe, but I don't think that's connected at all. I think that's just coincidence. There's always just a chance this happens. Oh my goodness. Am I catching up to it? Oh my goodness, I might be able to catch up to it by hacking gravity. We hack gravity, turn on our CS thrusters. Oh, look, there's something else that just dropped free. I guess it's bombed me. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and catch up with this off camera. If anything interesting, well, once I catch up to it, I'll add a little bit of clip at the end. But, yeah. Otherwise, you won't believe how annoyed I got by this glitch. So, yeah. Now you know. But is that my own engine? That's not even part of the ship, so yeah, it really just doesn't care. It just collects parts, and it's just... I doubt even all of this is actually from the same carrier. Anyway, though it may just be dragging me along for the ride. Alright, this is just an extra side note while you just sit here, hold down H, and I'm probably going to be reading a book for a bit because it's probably, based on the acceleration rate, it's probably going to take 1 metric long time. I'll probably just cut that all out. Anyway, I'm back. I'm sorry, I lied, but I just want to add an additional thing. First off, say hi to a Panage in the background. And, yeah, all of my missiles and all this are launching. RC is going. Everything going. Just to catch up with this, and I'm hacking gravity, and it's going to take approximately a very long time. So I wanted to do something slightly more entertaining than sitting here holding down H and twiddling my thumbs. So let me talk a bit about, well, Pete and the glitch. So, Pete originally showed up during original testing phases when I was investigating the glitch originally. These tests are of much higher quality than the bumbling around I was doing back last summer. But, sorry about that. Anyway, Anyway, this is the new testing. Originally testing, Pete showed up in one of the many crashes between frigates around Lathe. I'm not 100% sure what makes Pete Just by the way, I'm using Pete just because it's much faster and easier to say than like this mysterious floating glitch object or something like that, because it's just easier to say Pete than anything else. I don't remember why we came up with Pete, but I do know I came up with an acronym after the fact. I don't even remember why I decided on Pete, but anyway, Pete was originally discovered on accident. It seems that maybe a high amount. I thought I heard clicking anyway. It seems that a high amount of debris in an area tends to cause it. Maybe it's something not breaking completely, and there's enough breakage and lag that causes the disconnection to not render properly, so it thinks that these parts are still connected somehow when they're very clearly not connected. Anyway, Pete was, I think, is caused by a high amount of debris in the area, and as you can see upon the creation of Pete, or just when you smash two very complex ships together, both working completely fine. You might have high replication rates. I'll send out the loaded carrier file. You could probably also use Macy Dean's carrier, because I was rather uncreative, and I did build this from scratch, by the way. I did build this from scratch, but I was rather uncreative when I made it. But yeah, using both of those should give you a high chance of creating your very own Pete carrier version. And it seems when there's a high amount of debris, it kind of has to take a moment to load each debris into actually shooting along. And still, when the debris get within about 200 meters is when they stop and get loaded a different way. I think there's some form of different type of loading between 200 meters and beyond that causes the glitch to occur. And all I think Pete is just some sort of accidental conglomeration of lag and the Kraken. I think that's all it is. I don't think this actually has anything to do with HyperEdit at all. I think if you smash two ships at super high velocities and orbit, and then actually no, I think HyperEdit is needed to get this type of acceleration away from my ship. I bet if I somehow just instantly removed HyperEdit right now, I would be accelerating towards this thing at a much greater rate. But that's just a theory. Anyway, the point is that it actually has to individually load the slippage on each object. So it seems it must be key to some form of update that goes around checking things for it. So, mod developer, I'd look for some form of update tool that goes about changing and updating ships' velocities. And actually, no, scratch velocities. Velocities is fine. This has nothing to do with velocities. I'd look at its position. This must be some form of glitch in position calculation, due to the fact that it just kind of slides forward without any change in velocity. And I would look at render distances, any differences between 200 meters and beyond. There must be some form of different rendering queued that, when queued, disables the slippage. So I would keep that in mind as well. And good luck on finding the fix to this glitch. People working on HyperEdit, I would really recommend you fix this for the future of HyperEdit, because this is a pretty big glitch. Everything I've been able to tell, it happens on all non-curved planets, and I have no idea as to how or why. It just kind of does. I just don't know. So, have fun fixing this one. Best of luck. Please keep me informed. I'd like to know how the fix is going, and I'd like to know what eventually was the error that caused this. If you could please post it in the our forum, Kerbak Corp Wars. We'll try and put this supply copy of my carrier and fighter in paste bin, so that you can the ship files in paste bin or something, so that you can retrieve them and get a look at replicating this yourself for further analysis. You will probably know a bit more of which situations you want to create. You might be able to trick it around Kerbin due to some form of weird different loading between Kerbin and the other planets. But you'll probably do much better testing this than I have. I hope that the data I've supplied will be sufficient and giving you a good head start in fixing this glitch. And best of luck, man. Also, as a side note, I'm pretty sure stuff like this, and this, and this, and this, and all that are actually just straight up pinned to this. Certain things like that aren't pinned, but certain things like this certainly are pinned. Cut recording here, and I'll let you know when I get close. I'll just be reading a book in the meantime. Wait. Oh my gosh, there's just a huge explosion. I was right about that stuff being caught. Oh, I wish I was recording for that. Oh, I should have cut out recording. Oh man. All you missed was there was an explosion right here, and all the stuff that was being held pinned up against this rushed away. Kind of sad that I didn't catch that in recording. Sorry about that. Holy cow, it's saying I'm accelerating quickly against this target. But, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't catch it on recording. Man. Yeah, everything that was moving and free is gone now. I got, hit. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was possible. This peak doesn't appear to have the defensive properties of the last one. It just took the brunt of the attack. Oh, look, and then it gets far enough away. It updates and just boom, gone. It has different properties altogether. I wonder what it was that created the force field that repelled objects around it. Did it have to do with armored plates, maybe? The structural beams, maybe? You can look at the original clip and decide for yourself if you want. Heading off into the great yonder. Just not caring. Oh look, I'm gonna get jewel escape. Oh, not a bad orbit. Considering I'm cheating terribly. Oh, yeah! One of the most important things I almost forgot to mention. Say hi to Danny for me. Share this video. And I dare you, Danny, to repeat this, to actually replicate this and exploit it in some way. If you can somehow exploit this or do something extremely ridiculous with this, Danny, do it. I don't even care if you just replicate exactly what I did. Go ahead and put it. You can even, I even give you permission, Danny, to even use my clips if you want. Go ahead and show this off on your channel. This will get this glitch the most publicity ever, and just mainly because it's funny. It's kind of funny, and I would like to see what creative ways you come up with testing this and seeing what happens when you do something. Maybe this time I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, apparently some more parts are falling away. I've gotten very close to this point. Honestly, there's probably not that many interesting things done. See those blue spots? Yeah, look at that. Alright, I accidentally alt-tabbed. I'm gonna try doing something interesting. I'm currently controlling what I have lovingly called Pete. Huh. Holy cow. Anyway, thank you all for watching. That was interesting. Bye bye.
Huh. Spectacular explosion at least.